Hello and welcome to the tutorial for these triangle earrings, which also happen to double as a fidget toy. So, this is just for a single color, as you can see. And today I have chosen to use this bright yellow, which is a nice attention-getting color. Alright, and besides, the beads are Myuki Delica's size 11. So besides our beads, we're going to need a needle, size 12, as well as some beading string. And I will put the details for the supplies in the description. Okay, so to start our project, we're just going to grab 3 beads, and we're going to string them almost to the end. And then we're gonna do a circle, put our needle through just to form a basic knot, and then pull. And then at this point you can still move your beads up and down the string so you can have the appropriate size tail on the end, which is about probably 4 to 5 inches. And then we're gonna do one more knot. So just grab the end of that. Just do another single knot through there. Pull tight. And now we're going to have this. So the next step is just to take your needle and just go through the next bead. From here, we're going to grab 2 beads and we're going to go through that very next bead. Now we're going to pick up 2 more beads, and again going through the very next bead. So now we have what looks like this. We're going to get 2 more beads. And this time, instead of going through the next bead, we're going to go through the next 2 beads. Now we're going to pick up 2 more yellow beads. And we're going to go through that very next bead. Now we're going to pick up 1 bead. And just going through that 1 bead here that kind of sticks out. And now 2 beads. And just going through that very next bead. And then pull it snug. Now just picking up 1 bead. Going through the next yellow bead. 2 beads, going through just the very next bead. Now we're just going to take 1 bead and we're going to go through 2 beads. So now you can see the triangle forming here. So now we take 2 beads, go through that next bead on the corner, and now we're going to start filling in these spaces, so just 1 bead in each space. Then we're going to repeat that on this side. So 2 beads through that next bead there, and 1 bead in each space. Picking up 2 more beads, going directly through the next bead. Now this side's going to be a little different because we're going to do 1 bead in the first space, and then in the second space we're going to pick up 1 bead, but we're going to go through the last 2 beads here. Instead of going through just 1 bead, we're going to go through 2 beads. And then you should come out right on that corner there. Now we're going to take 2 beads, go through the next yellow, and now we have 1, 2, 3 spaces to fill in. So pick up 1 bead, go through the next one that sticks out, second bead, and third bead. We're going to repeat the same process on the next side. So 2 beads, going through that very next corner bead there. And filling in these next 3 spaces with 1 bead at a time. 1, 2, 3. Okay, grabbing 2 beads for the corner. Go through that next corner bead. Filling in the first space. Second space. And this side, instead of just going through 1 bead, we're going to go through 2 beads. So now at this point we should have from the center 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beads. So we have to go around 1 more time to make that 6. So grab your 2 beads for the corner. Go through the very next bead. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. 4 spaces to fill in on this side. One, 2, 3, and 4. Repeat that again on the next side. 2 beads for the corner through just that next bead. One in each space. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so the final side. We're going to start with 2 beads again. Go through the next bead on the corner. And fill in 1, 2, 3, and on the last one, going through the last 2 beads to complete that row. Now since we put 2 of these together to make the earring, we're going to repeat this 1 more time until we have 2 of these. But you can go ahead and just weave this end through some of these beads without letting it be visible, and then cutting the string as close as you can to the bead, because we don't want any strings hanging out of this when we start, or when we attach it to the second triangle. So just, weave both of these strings in there and cut them as close to the bead as you can. Just trying to be careful as well while you're weaving, because these delicate beads will break. Okay, then I'm going to attach it to this, the end of this string as well. Thread it through the needle. And then just very carefully weaving that in. And making sure it's pulled tight so that you can't see the string at all. Take those scissors again. Just cutting it as close as we can get it. Okay, so repeat that. Yeah, make another triangle, but do not tuck the strings in on the second triangle quite yet. Okay, so now we're at the point where we just finished our second triangle, and if you count the beads from the center, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's how you know you're done. And the string is coming out of this bead right here. So what we're going to do, this is going to be the larger triangle, so we're going to pick up one bead. What we're going to do is just add a bead in every space all the way around the triangle. So we're going to start by going through the very next bead here. Just adding one bead, and that makes a nice corner on there. Now, this is the last side that I need to fill in here. So just one bead in each space. Okay, so there we have it. Now, so we have the smaller triangle, and the string should have been tucked in and cut from that one. And then we have the larger triangle that we just did. We're going to need to keep this string on there to attach it, but this little one coming out of the middle, we can go ahead and rethread our needle on that one and then weave it through and cut like we did on the other one to get rid of this. So just very carefully going through these beads with your needle. So that the string is not visible. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut my string there. Now we're going to have to bring in our earring post. And you can just stick it right through the middle of the smaller triangle. And then this is going to be the inside that attaches here, like so. So we're going to rethread the end of this string. Now we're ready to attach them. So line them up. And then we're going to start by just going through the top bead on the large triangle here. And then you're going to pick up the top bead going downward from the smaller triangle and go on a diagonal downward to pick up the bead on the larger triangle. And these are the ones that it's going to be every other bead downward. These are the beads that kind of stick out. And then when you get to the bottom, give it a good tug. And that string should just really disappear in there and pull the beads tight together. And then when we get to the corner, you're going to continue with the same method. And then going up to that corner bead. And then we're gonna start over on the next side. Just going back to that top bead on the smaller triangle. And diagonally down to the bead in the larger triangle. And then going up to that corner bead. And turning to weave our last side of the triangle. And just making sure that your string is not getting caught on anything along the way. And through the last one at the top. So at this point, your triangle should be completely closed up on all sides. So just pull that tight, make sure they look good. Strings aren't popping out anywhere. And then we can go ahead and weave the remaining of this in. So you're just going to try and pick a route here where that's not going to make the string visible. And I'm going to weave mine towards the back of the earring. can change direction with the string. That can give it, I guess, a little bit more a little better hold. Alright, so at this point I feel confident to cut my string. So we're going to get that as close to that bead as we can. And if you weaved it towards the back of the earring, then you don't have to worry as much about that showing. You'll need a back to go with your post of the earring, like this. And there we have it. These are the finished earrings. These earrings look very pretty when you're wearing them. And like I said, if you get bored, just take one out and just start spinning. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you very much for watching. And go show off your new earrings. Thank you. Bye.